Welcome, my name is Ibrahim Ali Kamara. In today's video I will be doing some lab with you guys. As I promised the last time, that I will be making some mega labs videos for you. So today's mega lab, we have 4 options. The first option is subnet, the second is how to create VLAN, the third is how to configure trunking, and the fourth is how to configure router on a stick, the RA. Yes, so for a quick note, please guys, don't forget to subscribe and like my videos, because this will keep me motivated to do more mega labs for you. So as you can see, I've already done the subnetting part because I want to make this video very brief and short. I don't want to keep on making long videos. So like the subnetting side, you can see the subnet 192.168.10.0/28 to give a network for each VLAN. As we can see, we have VLAN 10, the VLAN 20, and VLAN 30. So now with these VLANs, we need to create 3 networks. One, I've already created the network, the 192.168.10.0 network /28, and the 16 network with the 32 network. So now I can click now on PC1. We go to config and see the default gateway is 192.168.10.14. So now we go to fast Ethernet. You can see the IP address for this PC is 192.168.10.1. Perfect. All the subnetting parts I've done. So definitely I want you to be aware I will be making some subnetting videos for you too. Okay, so now we move to the second option of this mega lab. Configure the switch interface connected to PCs in the correct VLAN. As you can see, in VLAN 10 we have F0/1, F0/2. This option demands us to assign these 2 interfaces to VLAN 10. So now you can see the F0/3 and F0/4. We need to assign these 2 interfaces to VLAN 20. Now the F0/2 and F0/3 for VLAN 30, we need to assign these 2 interfaces to VLAN 30. So to do this, we need to go to switch 1, and from switch 1 we need to create now 2 VLANs, VLAN 10 and VLAN 20. Click on switch 1, go to the CLI. Now we move. We have 2 ways of moving from the enable. We can do from this switch 1. Let's take long method, enable, the enable. From enable we use the config terminal, the config terminal. This is the long method. Definitely in switch 2 we use the short method. So from the config terminal now, we need to create 2 VLAN, VLAN 10 and VLAN 20. VLAN 10, press enter. We create VLAN 20, press enter. We exit from this interface. Now let's verify if we have created VLAN 10 and VLAN 20. The command is, because we are in a global configuration mode, we don't need to exit out. We use the word do show VLAN brief. So you can see in switch 1 now we have created VLAN 10 and VLAN 20, but F0/1 and F0/2 is not tagged to VLAN 10, and F0/3 and F0/4 here is not tagged to VLAN 20. So to tag this VLAN, this interface to this specific VLANs, we need to move to interface configuration. Now for VLAN 10, we say let's range this in this command, interface range F0/1 to 2. From there we say switch ports mode access, switch port access VLAN 10. So from there we exit from this interface, Now let's range for VLAN 20 also. Interface range f0/3 to 4. Dun, dun, dun. From there we say sweet spot mode access, sweet spot access VLAN 20. We exit from this interface. Now let's verify. Do show VLAN brief. As you can see, VLAN 10 and VLAN 20, both interface has been tied. VLAN 10 now has f0/1 and f0/2. You can see VLAN 20 is being tied now with f0/3 and f0/4. You can see this. So from there we move to suite 2. From suite 2 we create enable config terminal. So I'm abbreviating it here, en and config terminal, as the cool kids do it. So let's move. These two interfaces supposed to move to VLAN 30. We'll say interface range f0/2 to 3. We'll say sweet spot mode access, sweet spot access VLAN 30. Now let's verify. In this command we use a shortcut method wherein we didn't create VLAN 30, but because with this command sweet spot access VLAN 30 will also create VLAN 30 instantly as per default. So we don't need to create VLAN 30 anymore. With this command you can see sweet spot access VLAN 30 have already created. Say access VLAN does not exist, creating VLAN 30. See? So now let's exit from this interface and confirm. Do show VLAN brief. As you can see now, VLAN 30 is being created now and being tied to this f0/2 and f0/3 is being tied to VLAN 30. So our next option is configure connection between suite 1 and suite 2 as strong. So now guys, as you can see, suite 1 and suite 2, we need to create trunking between these two switches. So to create trunking between these two switches, we need to go to suite 1, go to the interface configuration mode, interface G0/1, say sweet port mode trunk. So simple. Sweet port mode trunk. So now from this interface I want us to allow the specific VLANs, like let's say sweet port trunk allow which VLAN? VLAN 10, VLAN 20 and VLAN 30. We have allowed those VLANs. So now we can exit from this interface. Now we move to suite 2. Suite 2 say we'll go to the interface G0/1 sweet port mode trunk. Which VLANs do we want to allow? Let's allow the same 3 VLANs on this interface. Okay, sweet port trunk allow VLAN 10, 20 and 30. Bam. So now this is powerful. Okay, now we can exit out from this interface. Let's confirm with the trunk command. Do show do so interface trunk. With the trunk, we can now see the G0 here, G0/1 is the mode is on. This mode is on because we manually configure this, and you can see the encapsulation method is 802.1. yes, and the status is trunking. The VLAN allow on this trunk is VLAN 10, 20 and 30. Beautiful. So now we need to make this interface G0/2 interface trunk, so that all the VLANs will be able to route through this G0/2 to reach the R1, the router interface. Say interface G0/2 switch port mode trunk. We exit from that interface. So from there, now our next option is what? Configure the connection between switch 2 and switch and R1 using router on a stick. Use the last usable IP address of each subnet to R1 sub interfaces. So to do that, the first thing to create, when we want to create router on a stick, from the router we click the CLI, we move to enable. From enable we go to config T. From config terminal, then now we go to the interface of which this G0/0 interface, G0/0 interface. Now with the command no shutdown, that interface needs to come up. When the interface is up, now we can exit from that interface. From there, we need to create sub interface, 3 sub interface for these 3 VLANs. Now we go say interface G0/0.10, where we use the .10. This number could be any other number, but we are using .10 because for VLAN 10, so we can able to troubleshoot it in case of any error. Press so interface G0/0 interface G0/0. What is going on here? Now we say interface G0/0.10. okay, because here we use I mistakenly press O, not 0. So now, as you can see, now we are in the sub interface. You can see the sub interface now, and this sub interface we need to use the word encapsulation. We need to encapsulate using .10q. Now we will tie it with .10 for brief. Now we click. Now from here, now we need to assign the default gateway IP address for this network. So the default gateway IP address is supposed to be this network. This is the default gateway IP address for VLAN 10, right? Go move to say IP address. Let's paste. I've copied that IP address, paste. This is default gateway, because based on the question you can see use the last usable IP address of each subnet to R1 sub interfaces. So we have used it. This is last IP address. We use the last IP address as their default gateway. Now we say 255.255.240. Why 240? Because this is /28, block size 16. So that's supposed to be the correct subnet max. So now we can recall from our previous command, like this command. Now interface G0/0.10, we remove the 10. Now we say 20 for VLAN 20. Now we recall again. We just press the up arrow. Now we see encapsulation, which encapsulation dot 20 IP address. From the IP address, change the IP address for this last one is what? It's supposed to be 30. It's supposed to be 30. So now let's verify that for VLAN 20. The default gateway is .30, correct. So from there we can exit also from this interface. Can exit also from this interface. Now say interface, which interface? Call interface 30 for VLAN 30. Call another command, encapsulation command .30 bam, IP address. The IP address is .watts 46. Default gateway IP address supposed to be 46. Yes. So let's verify it. You see, the default gateway is .46, correct. Let's verify. Do show IP interface brief. As you can see now, with this command, do show IP interface brief, the original interface is this, up and running. Now the sub interfaces we created, look at them, 10.10.20.30, they are all up and running. So now the next move here is we need to test connectivity. Connectivities all from all PCs will pin each other. So now let's say for an example, this PC1 supposed to pin this PC6 here to show that yes, there is a routing between from one network to another network. So now let's say for an example, we'll click on IP address. This is the IP address for PC6. Now we move to PC1, click on desktop, command prompt, pin. Let's see, the pin is supposed to go through. If not, we'll do troubleshooting. So now let's wait and see. The first pin failed. Sometimes the first pin will fail based on app. Second pin failed. That's going on. Okay, third pin failed. Sub. Come on, guy. So let's see. This is troubleshooting. Something is wrong here. Let's see what is wrong. This switch was supposed to create all the 3 VLANs in this switch. Let's see if the 3 VLANs is there. Do show VLAN. Oh man, I see this is the problem, because in this switch only VLAN 30 is being created. We need to create VLAN 20 and VLAN 30 also there, so that VLAN 30 or VLAN 10 will able to communicate to VLAN 30. If not, when the traffic reaches to switch 2 will drop it, because switch 2 will not see any tag for VLAN 10. So now let's create VLAN 10. VLAN 10 at the same time. VLAN 10, VLAN 20. I think we have created those 3 VLANs. Now do show VLAN brief. Perfect. All the 3 VLANs are now being created. So now let's try to pin again and see what will happen this time around. So let's see. First pin drop. Bingo! The pin have successful. So now you see we can now pin. So now let's see. Let's do some simulations. fast simulation. Okay, let's see how the traffic from PC1 and to PC3. So we expect the traffic to move now from PC1 to switch 1, switch 1 to switch 2, switch 2 to the router, from the router to the switch, from the switch to the PC3. Now return traffic to PC2 back to the router, from the router back to the switch, from the switch go back to switch 1, then to the final destination. Beautiful, guys. Please guys, don't forget to subscribe. I'm preparing a lot of mega labs for you based on different topics. Okay, please keep on subscribing. This will motivate me to keep on doing more labs for you guys. Love you guys.